Hi, Susan Blue Robot here from SusanBlueRobot.com. I'm here today with another help video for both Pop-Up Card Studio, Make the Cut, and Scrappy Doo's Scrap Factory. And we'll get started. In the last Scrap Factory video I done, I said you could do a print and cut with the girl that I'd made, and we're going to continue with that because I had questions on how to. So first off, I should have been paying attention in a lot of the webinars that Brian had said how to do the print and cut easily, because I spent nearly an hour setting up to do a print and cut yesterday just to find out last night that it was just the click of a button. So I will make it easy for everybody. There's a lot of you out there will know how to do this already. This is for the odd person like myself who would go the long way about it, and it's not that hard. So we'll get started. I'm using Make the Cut's Pop-Up Card Studio as well as Make the Cut, and I've got the doll from Scrap Factory from Scrappy Doo. In my last episode, I had done this doll for a pop-up card, changing its arms to open arms. And I happened to say that I wanted to keep a copy of the one that I'd built, even though I do need to tweak that a little bit. I do want to keep a copy of that one that I built because I took the mask of her over to Pop-Up Card Studio and made a pop-up card of it. And I wanted to keep this just in case I wanted to do a print and cut later. And which I did. I did this one and did a print and cut of it to put in here. So with having a print and cut, I needed the black lines for here and all around the pieces. So I made hard work of it, but then to find out that it's so quick and easy, so I'll go through that, and at the end I'll show you a little trick that I did also. So we'll just leave that aside for now. Now, first off, I want to select all of these and move them over to here, because I want to use here to view the print and cut. So I'm going to take this girl over here. Now here's the girl I built with the pieces that were generated in Scrappy Doo's Scrap Studio. Now, first off, I want to fix the arm there. Okay, well, we'll do that in a minute. Now, this is the way I generated it, and I did mention yesterday is the set order. Well, I got used to saying it by Pop-Up Card Studio, but if the order is right, you could do a print and cut. Now, this is a good example of not being right, because the doll is actually on top and not on the bottom. So you'll get this print. Now, so what you do is, first off, I select that top one and I want to put it on its own layer. Make sure it's on its own layer. But first off, what will I do? I will take this, so it's not so busy here. We've still got to come back and get some of these, but so it's not so busy, I'll go copy that, open a new thing, and I'll go paste in place. Okay, now she's in here just on her own. I've got to still bring in pieces from the other one over to here, but we'll do that in a minute. Now, first off, I want to put this on its own layer and lower it. Now, you will find now that if I do a print preview of that, we have her down below, but we need the back of the hair at the very bottom, because the back becomes the very bottom. And see how here the hair is in the front. Most of the outfit itself, besides the arms that we moved to be open arms, will be in order of layering. So it's just mainly the headpieces that you will have to alter a bit. That's easy fixed. We get the outside, the very back hair, and we lower that to the bottom by right clicking and going move to bottom. Now we'll just quickly print preview. You don't have to print preview at all times. Okay, so I've got to fix this arm because I haven't got her top on properly. But this is the general out idea. And this is how it would print. Well, that's no good because you can't see the features of the jacket and how the front part of the hair meets the back part of the hair and how the shoes meet. That's easy fixed, and this is where I did the wrong thing yesterday, and I just want to explain. First off, I'll tweak this so it's in the right place. I just moved that up and slightly turned it so it's in the right place. Right, now hopefully all that order is right now, and we move her hair just into position just there. So we have our doll. What I want to get is another piece of the front part of the face and put under this hair here. So we're going to put this hair on its own layer too, and that can be on top at the moment. I want to bring over some hands, and I also want to bring over the nose and the eyes. So I'm going to go back to here. Back to here. And I want to bring over this head. Hold the shift key, this, the two hands, and the eyes. And I go copy that and bring it back to my project and go paste in place. Now, we'll take the head over. And we want to lower that down underneath the hair. So now that's sitting on top of the jacket, so it's going to be covering the neck, so you have now shape. See, you've now got the shape of the head here. Okay, now what we do is we bring in the nose, and of course that's got to be on top, and we're going to put the eyes, the white eyes, on its own layer, and then we're going to put the black eyes on its own layer. That way, you're doing it that way, you know that the black is above the white. We'll just bring them down and put them over there. And also, we bring the hand over. We put the hand in position. And we put the hand in position here. Now, and also I'm going to also bring in the shape. I'll bring in a circle, a tiny circle like that. And a tinier one like this. Put them on their own layer. Make them white. Now they're on the very most top layer. And I put them in position on the eye. I go copy that, paste that, do to a mirror, and then I hold the control key down and use the arrow keys, and then release the control key and arrow them into position. So now what I have is print preview. This, but we still have the problem is we don't have the outline, so we don't have the definite pieces. It just looks like a blob on a plate. We don't have the nose or anything yet. Easy fixed. What we do is we go to print options and we go print shape outlines. Okay, now because I'm on a blue mat now, I'll show you the print preview. The print options are blue. That's not what I want because I don't want the face and the nose being blue. So you go to contrast. We go to print preview, and there we have our doll with the outlines, and that's how it will print because we've told it to print the outlines. So that's all in place now, and because now we've told it to print the outlines, I'm going to get a new layer and I'm going to use the Bezier tool. Go click there and right click, and I'm going to now shape that with the Bezier tool, just pulling it down. We select that and I put that in place. We make that how we'd like it. And when I print preview, because that's a single line, but we've told it to print the shape, and we now have the smile. We can put, little eyelashes on the little girl and eyebrows and things like that the same way. I'll just do this quickly. Go, click there, right click there, click there, right click there. Do 3. Take your time. Zoom in. As I say, I'm not going to go doing all that because this is just so you get the idea. And click off that. Print preview. There we have a little girl with our little eyelashes, with our smiley face, and all ready to print. So from that, I would then now take a copy of that, paste in place, move it to the side, do a complete weld, and a blackout. And there we have the base of that little girl there. So what I did is I then did a shadow of that at say 2 millimeters, maybe 1.5 millimeters, accept, and I took the outer one, I took that over to copy that, and I took it over and did a paste in place, and I built it over here as a pop-up. And once again, first off, I might just put that down one, so we can cut that for a minute, and I go paste in place. Then once again, I'm tending to, instead of chopping off the top and the bottom, I'm tending to put a little rectangle at the top and bottom, especially when I do print and cut and layered things. If you had have seen my first original card of this, you will understand what I mean. So that's just in about place, and we'll take this one a low down. Okay, and we'll move that up a bit. Just go so I've got a flat line and I don't have to trim off the bottom. So select all of them, go wild, put it on the bottom of the plane, then I go put a auto rec in, auto quad 2-point rec in, and there I have my pop-up card. So from here I would do a render to SVG, and we'll just put this on the desktop. Go. Save the SVG, and I go back over to make the cut. I go back over to make the cut when that's fine. I don't need these at the moment. Put them on their own layer. Close and lock and send to bottom. Okay, so what I do is bring in the SVG that I've just made. Girl SVG. And we'll go and find that for a minute. And we'll turn that to white. Turned it white, yes. So what I do is I pick up the whole lot of the girl and I put her in place. Oh. Now select all and put it in place for your print and cut. Now, normally I would just do a print and cut as is, as it is there. And if you've seen any of my videos, didn't want to do that. If you've seen any of my videos, you will know that sometimes I get a new layer when I'm doing print and cut. I give myself a little dot here and a little dot down here, and this one always remains on when I'm doing the print and cut. So that is my outermost piece. So the registration marks don't change. Print preview. And see, if I was to do a cut with this card on, you will see that because I've told it to draw the lines of the shapes of this, it's going to draw the lines and shapes of everything. I don't want that. So that's the reason why I do these things here, is because I then go turn this off. I do my print preview, and all it's going to do is cut this. Then what I'll do is I'll turn everything off, hide all, and just open this one and that very top one, or I should have dropped it to the bottom, turn that on. And what that gives me now is it gives me the score lines. So now I do the print and cut with the score lines with this one cut off. I use the score lines because these registration marks don't move because it's on the very most outer 2 little dots. Do the score lines, then come back, change my tool and do the cut lines with this one opened and the other one. So the registration marks do not change. So then we end up, did I do that colour? Then we end up with a card like this. Of course, I added the wording for my mum's card. I'm going to show this on my blog because I'm pretty sure, even though I've got a big family, I'm pretty sure none of them go to my blog, so they won't see it in advance. So here's what my card ended up to be. That's the front. I put a little banner in her hand. And so that was all well and good, but to me it seemed very plain. So this is the front on view. Then what I did is I got my Copic marker, and this is the difference I did. I just added a bit of grey Copic marker around where the shadows would be. So this is my original print and cut, just out of my machine. With the Copic markers, I just added the shade under bits and pieces where it would shade. It's a good tip to do. Now we'll get this one. Oh, get this one and this one, and I'll show you the difference. And here's the difference in her. I added some shading with just the Copic marker around the sides, so it still gives depth even though it's normal print and cut. So that's another little tip, and I hope this was what was supposed to be a quick help video has turned out to be 25 minutes. So I'll stop talking now and hope that someone gets use out of this. This has been Susan Blue Robot at susanbluerobot.com. On this I used Scrap Factory, Pop-Up Card Studio and Make the Cut. If you'd like to purchase any of these programs, if you use a link from my blog, you'll help support my blog. Thank you for now. Bye.